Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. How are you guys doing today? Happy Wednesday to you all, man. Hope is great wherever you are. This is Gregory Wiles coming live to you from Houston, Texas, with his inspirational morning talk for first-time listeners. I come on in the morning from 8:45 Central Time. That's our time in Texas, and you can calculate which time zone you're in, what time that would be. But yes, it's a beautiful day here. It's a beautiful day here, man. A nice sunny day. We're up in the up in the 70s, going up to the 80s, in the 90s today. But it's a great day, great day. Jillian, how are you doing today, big sis? How are you doing today? Hope you're having a wonderful day. Hey, man, today I just want to, Pamela Jefferson, good morning. Good morning. How are you doing? How are you doing today? Thanks for watching. Hey, what I want to talk about today, man, this is something we all need to practice more of is worrying, right? Worrying, man. We gotta do a better job of worrying, right? Because worrying, man, can just take a lot out of our life sometimes for nothing. Sometimes we worry about some stuff. We worry about before stuff happen. We worry when it happened. And sometimes we do all the worrying and the stuff that we worrying about never did happen. And we waste a couple days, couple weeks, couple months of our life worrying about things that doesn't even happen yet, right? So let's talk about that a little bit, about worrying. Because it's gonna be good if we can conquer this, if we can learn these lessons here, what God is trying to tell us about worrying, right? First, we can do some quotes. Let's look at some famous quotes about worrying, right? So the first one is, thinking about what you don't want to happen increases the odds that it will happen. Go that over again. This is by Robert Keel. Thinking about what you don't want to happen increases the odds of it that it will happen. A quick explanation, we can do a whole teaching on this, but it's like the brain. Some people break it down into different ways, but the same one is the thinker, one's the prover. You know, you got your conscious mind and you got your subconscious mind. The conscious mind do all the thinking. Subconscious mind don't reason or don't think. So whatever the conscious mind is thinking about, the subconscious is going to prove it. Marciatley, good morning. Good morning. How are you doing today? So yeah, so the subconscious gonna prove it, right? So if you're thinking about failing, you're worrying about you don't want to fail, but all the subconscious is hearing is fail. Remember, he don't reason or think. He don't know if it's true or not. Whatever it does, why when people say you tell a lie so much, you start to believe it, because you tell the lie and all the subconscious hearing is the lie. And it just take it as its truth, and it's going to make it happen, right? So that's what this one said. Thinking about what you don't want to happen increases the odds that it will happen, right? Ain't no use putting your umbrella oh, ain't no use putting up your umbrella until it rains, right? So we worrying about stuff. Don't put your umbrella up until it start raining, right? We worrying about stuff that didn't even happen yet, right? We worrying about stuff that didn't even happen yet. And sometimes, like say, go to the doctor for take a test, right? To see if you got some type of sickness or all. The results take a week, 2 weeks. Man, you worrying all the time, losing sleep. You can't sleep. You can't do your job. You can't eat. You can't have no fun because you're worrying if this results come back positive or whatever. And guess when you go to the doctor say, oh, no, you good. You good. Nothing happened to you. Now you lose 2 weeks, a month, three, whatever time you spend worrying about it, right? So don't put your umbrella up until it start raining. If you get the results and it's positive, now you got to take the steps to do to whatever it is. And now it gets negative. Hey, you don't got to do nothing, right? So don't put your umbrella up until it starts to rain. Next one I like, that's by Alice Caldwell Rice. So every evening I turn worries over to God. He's going to be up all night anyway. So why lose sleep? God's going to be up. Turn your worries over to him. That's by Mary Crowley. Every evening I turn worries over to God. He's going to be up all night anyway. Worry is like a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but it doesn't get you anywhere. That's by Ivan Isar. Worrying is like a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but it doesn't get you anywhere, right? You're rocking back and forth. You're moving, but you're not going nowhere. So, right? So let's try not to worry too much. When I don't have anything to worry about, I worry about that. That's by Walter Kelly. When I don't have anything to worry about, I worry about that. You know, there got some people, life going good for them. And they're like, okay, you know, life is going too good. Something is going to happen. Something bad is going to, I wonder what's going to happen. I wonder what's going to, instead of enjoy the good time they're going through, they're worrying about what can go wrong and what's going to happen to make all this, because this is too good to be true. Everything is going so great. Everything is going so fine. I'm so happy. I know when I feel like this, something is going to happen. Yeah, because you telling yourself when you feel like this, something is going to happen. So now you worrying about nothing, and you don't have nothing to worry about, but yet still you're finding something to worry about, right? Let's get to two more here. Worry is nothing else but a misuse of the imagination. Worry is nothing else but the misuse of your imagination, because you just imagining these things going wrong, imagining all kind of stuff. You're misusing imagination. Instead of worrying about the stuff going wrong, just think about it going right, right? So so now, guys, so worrying, man, is just stress you out sometimes unnecessarily, right? Because worrying can't fix anything. It can't fix anything. If a situation is going to be, it is going to be. You just got to, whenever the situation come up now, you got to see what's the solutions for it, right? But worrying, it's not going to fix it. It's not going to fix it. It just stress you out. It causes you a lot of problems. Like this little clock. I like this story. I shared before. I like this story about this little clock. This little clock, the new year coming up, and he's just suddenly start calculating. He said, man, I got to take once per second. That mean I got to take 60 times a minute. You know, for the new year coming up there, I got to take like I'm almost 3,600 times per hour. Then he said, what? That's what, 86,400 times per day I got to take. And that's about 604,800 times per week. That equivalent to about 32 million times per year I got to take. He said, I don't think I can do that. I'm just a little clock. I can't take that much all year. That's too much for me to take. So he stressed himself so much and worrying. He decided, you know, I got to go and get some help. So he went to a psychiatrist to get some help. And the psychiatrist said, what's your problem? He said, I don't just think I can take that much that often all through the year. I got to take about 32 million times. I don't think I can do that. That's too much for me. So the psychiatrist asked him, how much times you got to take at the time? How much ticks you got to make at the time? He said, just one tick at a time. He said, okay, just go on and just focus on the one tick that you got to take. Don't focus on the 32 million. Just focus on the one tick that you got to make. And let's do that. He said, oh, that sounds good. I think I can do that, psychiatrist. You think you can do that? Just do one tick at a time? He said, yeah, I think I can do that. That's doable. That's more doable. And he went on ticking happily ever after. Because he stressed himself out with the 32 million times he got to tick, not realizing it's just one tick at a time. And we need to take this in life. It's just one tick at a time. One tick at a time. One tick at a time. We don't have to worry about the 32 million ticks what we got to do. All the millions of things we got to do. Take it one task at a time. Because lots of time we stress ourselves out about the millions of things that we have to do. And I can't get all of this done. Just do one at a time. Just take the first one. Knock that out. Take the second one. You knock that out. Take the third one. Don't think about all what you got to do. Right? And here's this next story here. Like this woman, Barbara, I'm going to just read this stuff here. Barbara was an aspiring junior executive who had just been assigned a major project that could enhance her career. At night, she tossed and turned, worrying about getting the final report completed in time. Her husband, who was also being kept awake, became annoyed with the sleepless night and asked his wife what was worrying her so much. She said, my entire future rests on successfully completing this report by noon tomorrow. Her entire future, right? She got to complete the report by noon tomorrow, she said. And there's no way I can have it done. She can't get a report done by noon tomorrow. So that's her future dependent on it, so she's losing sleep all night. Well, here her husband did. Her husband got out of bed. He went to the phone and called her boss. He told the boss, Barbara is a fantastic employee who deserves any promotion you might consider her for. However, this one report will not be in to you by noon tomorrow. Good night. And he hung up on the boss. Well, not hang up, but just tell her, hey, this report ain't gonna due by, you can get it by noon tomorrow. So the wife get upset now. She said, what do you think you're doing? Barbara asked her husband as he returned to bed. The husband said, you have a report due at noon tomorrow. It is not going to get done. So I'll let your boss know so she can worry about it now. So you can get some sleep and she can worry about it now, right? So the man said, you can't sleep. You can't get a report done to your own confession. The report is not going to due by noon tomorrow. So what are you worrying about now? Whatever the consequences is for not turning it in is going to be. So sleep. Get you some rest. Tell the boss early. She can worry about it now so you can sleep. Right? So she can get some rest now. Because the worrying is not going to fix whatever the consequence. You know what? 10 to 1, you tell the boss that. The boss know, hey, you know what? No problem. When you think you can get it done by? We could push back the meeting. No, I could delay the project. They're the boss anyhow. They could delay the project. I could delay it. No problem. Maybe that's the response you're going to get rather than being at home, losing sleep, coming into work looking mashed up and terrible the next day because you ain't get no sleep and you're worrying and I wanted to go and tell the boss and then she or he might tell you, don't worry. Could you get it done by noon tomorrow instead? All right, we'll push it back till then. But you see, you lose all that sleep, right? You lose the sleep, right? So let's see what the Bible talk about worrying now. Let's see what the Bible talk about worrying. Matthew 6:33-34. Matthew 6:33 and 34. Here it says, seek the kingdom of God above all else and live righteously, and he will give you everything you need. 34 said, so don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will bring its own worries. Today's trouble is enough for today, right? Today's trouble will be enough for today, man. How much times I stress myself out about stuff that never happened, man. Stress yourself out about stuff that never did happen, man. And I learned, it's like a lot of people, they don't have money, and you're worrying all the time about money. I need money to pay my bills. And now all of a sudden you come into a windfall, you get some money. Now the worry turn on the other side. You know what? I don't want to go back to where I was. So what if I lose all this money? Now you're stressing out yourself. But if you lose this money, to go back into the position you was when you didn't have money. Now you're out of the position. So why are you still worrying about the position you were when you didn't have money? Now you got it. Enjoy it, right? Enjoy it. And don't worry about going back. And that's what a lot of rich people lose sleep at night. Because they're worrying if they lose all this money and go back being poor, especially the ones who come up with from nothing, right? And just make the money. They didn't have it, they're worrying about making it. Now they got it, they're worrying about losing it. Right? 1 Peter 5:7. 1 Peter 5:7 says, give all your worries and cares to God, for he cares about you. Give all your worries and cares to God, for he cares about you, right? Proverbs 12:25. Proverbs 12:25 said, worry weighs a person down. Worry weighs a person down. An encouraging word cheers a person up. Worry wears the person down. An encouraging word cheers a person up, man. So I want to tell you guys, man, there's lots of things if you could find to worry about. But you got to understand, worrying is not going to fix it. This is easy said than done. This is easy said than done. That's why you got to give it up to God. That's why this woman said when she go to bed at night, she turned worries over to God. Because he's up all night anyway. Turn it over to him. He's up. Let him worry about it. He said he cares, right? He said he cares. For 1 Peter 5:7 said, give all your worries and cares to God, for he cares about you. He can help you solve it. Because lots of time we worry, and the worrying just give us, and that stress gonna make us really sick. Stress it's like a laser that would cut holes through you. A lot of things people suffering from today. Sickness, it caused by stress. It comes on from stress. So let the worries go. Practice it. What is going to be will be, right? What is going to be will be. You deal with it when the time comes. Or worrying about it, because you're not solving anything when you're worrying, right? So let's just practice this as we go forward and put it up to God, whatever you're worrying about. Don't say you're not going to do anything and try to fix the situation. Just be blindness. I turn it over to God. I'm not going to do nothing. But I'm just saying, take away that worry, that fear, that worry gonna come over you. Think about the situation and what's the solutions fit rather than worrying. Look for the solutions, because sometimes the solutions is right in front of you. Right in front of you, but because you're worrying, that's what the enemy wants you to do, worry, so you don't see the solution that's right in front of you. All right, guys, so we leave that there. Have a great Wednesday, and we'll talk again on Friday, man. All right, talk to you later. Okay, bye.